Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Today I have my rather large or huge Bath & Body Works Summer's Empty video to share with you. These are all of the Bath & Body Works candles that I have finished over the past couple months. As you can see, quite a few. I also have a lot of hand soaps, body care, Wallflowers, etc. It has been a fantastic summer season. I really have loved the variety of scents that we've had. And overall, I've had some really good burns and a lot of great products. As with all of my empties videos, I will talk about the products I've used, give you my thoughts on the scent, do the post-burn reviews of the candles. I will start with the hand soaps and body care, and then I'll move into the candle empties. So if you're only interested in a particular portion of the video, I will leave timestamps below so you can click on that portion of the video and it will take you directly to that section. Since I have a lot here, let's go ahead and jump on in. So if you're interested in hearing about my Bath & Body Works empties for summer, let's get started. Okie dokie, let's jump right into the body care items that I finished up. I did finish this Aromatherapy Joyful body cream. This is black currant and pine. This is really more of a winter scent, but I just didn't have very much left and I want to go ahead and finish it. You definitely get those woodsy aspects, the pine, but it does have that nice dark sophisticated black currant, and it's a really nice combination, especially for winter and cooler weather. I also finished the shower gel and body cream in Sunshine Mimosa. Now Bath & Body Works actually gifted me these two items. They sent a bunch of Sunshine Mimosa PR packets to a lot of people on Instagram, and I was lucky enough to receive them. I really enjoyed this scent, and the packaging I think is just really pretty. The notes are bright bubbly champagne and fresh citrus, and it is really just that. It's sort of a combination of a lot of different citrus scents. Think orange, a little bit of lemon, but there's also this really nice, slightly almost sweetness to it as well to balance out the citrus notes. So when you smell this, you just don't think, ooh, this is a very tart, citrusy citrus scent. The citrus notes are there, but it's balanced by this really lovely sweetness. It's really bright, fun, a little bit playful, and it really was a fantastic like end of spring and summer scent that I really enjoyed. I did feel like the cream stayed on my body for a long time. Like I could smell it for a while after using it, so it was very enjoyable. I also finished the pink watermelon exfoliating body scrub and the pink watermelon body cream. This was a scent from last year which I absolutely fell in love with. The scent notes are juicy watermelon, pink petals, and dewy aloe, and it's just a perfect sweet, juicy, Jolly Rancher kind of watermelon scent. There is a little bit of something slightly green about it, but especially on the dry down on my skin, it really is just a juicy, sweet watermelon, which for me is perfect for summer. I absolutely love watermelon scents. The body cream really did stay on my skin for a while after using it, and the exfoliating body scrub was nice. This is not a very scrubby scrub. This is a very fine sugar scrub. So if you like scrubs that are a bit coarser or have a lot of scrub, this one is not that. What I did was use one of my like coarser sugar scrubs first, and then I used this afterwards because it was a finer scrub, and the combination of the two different scrubs really left my skin feeling very soft, and I did enjoy it. I also finished this Lush shower gel in bubbly. This one has lime oil, orange oil, grape juice, and it's a really nice bright citrus scent. Very invigorating, definitely a good one to use in the morning. I finished two travel size At the Beach body creams. I have been going to the beach a lot this summer, and I love this scent for the beach. It's just like the perfect beach scent, and I did finish two of the travel size creams. I'm glad this scent continues to come out because I just absolutely love it. I also finished this Candy Panda Twilight Whip body scrub. I really enjoy her scrubs as well. They're not super coarse, but they are much coarser than the Bath & Body Works scrub. So it's sort of this really nice in-between, and the Twilight scent is an exact dupe of the Lush Twilight scent, which is a lavender scent, and it's just absolutely wonderful. I finished two of the Bathing Garden scrubs. I finished Jack's Apple Frost, which is a dupe of Lush's So White scent, and then I finished the Watermelon Popsicle Sugar Scrub. Both of these are very coarse sugar scrubs, which I really enjoy, and the Watermelon Popsicle was a really nice juicy watermelon scent, but it had like this vanilla ice cream, kind of vanilla buttercream aspect as well, and it was just really wonderful. I finished a couple of additional Bathing Garden items. I finished this Elf Sweat Sugar Scrub, and I finished this Pumpkin Marshmallow Cookie Jar Whip Soap. I don't use her whip soaps as soap. I use them as shaving lotion, and they work perfectly well for a shaving cream. They're very luxurious, leave my skin very soft, and I really like her whip soaps for that. I also finished this little free sample of the Lush's Prince Charming Shower Gel. The scent was just okay. It was a little bit too floral for my taste. I also used this Bath & Body Works cleansing bar in gingham, and they definitely take me back to the days when Bath and Body Works had those glycerin soaps. I used to get those all the time when I was younger and get them in my stocking and stuff like that, and I really enjoyed this soap. It did not leave my skin feeling dry, which a lot of bar soaps can do. It was very moisturizing. Definitely could tell it had a lot of shea butter. The scent was really nice, and I really enjoyed using this bar soap. So I'm hoping that we see these sort of go out to more stores and they keep them around, because it was a really good consistency. My partner also used one of the, I think it was an ocean scent in the cleansing bar, and really enjoyed it as well. I finished this Philosophy hand cream or hand lotion in the fresh cream scent, which is just a really nice sort of vanilla kind of scent. It's something I received as a present, and I wanted to go ahead and finish it up, and especially with me washing my hands as often as I do, it's definitely nice to keep lotion by the sink to keep my hands moisturized. I finished this strawberry pound cake hand cream. It really does smell just like a candle. You get a strawberry pound cake scent. Really good, and I do like it just in the hand cream versus like a body cream where I'm putting it all over. It's just nice, just sort of more concentrated on my hands. We finished this crushed candy cane Pocketbac. Really love this scent. It smells exactly like a candy cane. I finished a Pocketbac in Sunshine Mimosa. Really enjoyed it as well. I finished this Treat Yourself in the Sunkissed citrus scent, which is just a really nice citrus scent. Even though it came out in Christmas, to me it's more of a spring summer scent. I went ahead and finished up this winter Pocketbac. Definitely a winter scent for sure, but I just had a little bit left, so I'm like, let me go ahead and just finish it up. Went ahead and finished this pink chiffon Pocketbac. This is a very sort of perfume type of scent. Not my favorite, but I wanted to just use up the Pocketbac to get it out of here. And then the last Pocketbac we finished is the Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte, which I don't love in general as like a body care scent, but I do like it as a hand soap and a Pocketbac. Another body care item, I did finish this Destination Wax soap in Lavender Twilight. This is a goat soap, and similarly to the Bath & Body Works cleansing bars, her soaps are very moisturizing. I love my shower gels, I love my body washes, but I do like a bar soap from time to time. I love the ones that are not drying, and this one, it smells exactly like the Luscious Lavender Twilight scent, which I absolutely love, and I will continue to purchase her soaps. They're absolutely fabulous. I did finish several Lush items, which I'm gonna go through really quickly because I know this is a Bath & Body Works Empties video, but I finished this Deep Sleep Muslin Bath Bomb, a really great lavender scent, which I love. I finished this Heartbeat Bath Bomb, which was a Valentine release. Enjoyed this one. I finished this Love Locket Bath Bomb. This is the 2021 version. Also really enjoyed this one. I finished this Twilight Bubble Bar. Again, you can tell I really love this scent. It is a wonderful lavender scent. It's just perfection and perfect for nighttime. I finished this Bath Dunk Bubble Bar, which is a UK Lush exclusive. I finished this Mrs. Whippy Bath Bomb. Enjoyed this one. I finished this Kissin' Bubble Bar. I used the I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas Bath Bomb. This one was really cute. I finished the Twilight Bath Bomb. Again, I love this scent. It's absolutely fantastic. I finished this Tengree, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, bath bomb. It's a very herbal scent, which I really enjoyed. And then the last Lush bath bomb I finished was White Noise, which is a very fresh kind of scent, which was really awesome as well. Okie dokie, moving on into hand soaps. I finished this Happy Easter Sweet Bunny Berry soap. I like the packaging, it was cute, but the scent itself was sort of just a generic berry scent, and it did not stay long on my hands, and it wasn't very strong. We finished this Fresh Lavender and Mint foaming hand soap. Really enjoyed this one. A lot of really great herbal lavender, wild lavender, mint leaves, and sea spray. It also had a salty vibe to it, which I really enjoyed. I finished this Coconut Mint Drop in the Deep Cleansing Hand Soap. I am using any deep cleansing hand soaps I have left very sparingly, since they definitely have moved away from those now, and I really love the deep cleansing and the creamy look, so I'm using them sparingly. This one was fantastic. I love the packaging. I think this was from last year. It is white coconut, iced peppermint, and winter musk. Definitely could be a scent you use through winter and spring, and a nice amount of that coconut and mint. It was really enjoyable. We finished a Honolulu Sun. This was a perfect beach scent. The notes were fresh island coconut, Pacific palm, and driftwood, and it's just really nice coconutty, perfect beach scent. I don't really love it in like the candle form, but I did enjoy it in the hand soap. I finished one of my absolute faves, the Purely Clean Rosemary and Rain. I've talked about this in a lot. If you saw my Summer Sass haul from last year, I picked up several backups of this one. Yellow Bergamot, Rosemary, and Cedarwood. This one is just a perfect herbal aquatic scent. It is strong and it really stays on your hands, and I absolutely love it. We also finished the Fresh Rainfall. I'm not in love with this packaging. I know a lot of people have this sort of modern look to their home, and it's just okay. It's a little bit boring in my opinion. The notes are aloe leaf, bergamot, and chamomile water. I really love the scent. Very fresh, slightly aquatic, perfect for spring and summer. You're gonna see I have a lot of sort of fresh scents for the summer, which I love. I finished the Cherry Vanilla Float. I think this was last year's packaging. Really, really love the scent. It came back this year as well. The notes are juicy cherries, shaved coconut, and vanilla cream. And some cherry scents go very like syrupy or cough syrup kind of smell. This one did not. It definitely had this sort of shaved ice kind of sweet cherry note, like a cherry candy, but it wasn't like medicinal at all. Really enjoyed it. A nice amount of vanilla in this one. We finished a strawberry pound cake hand soap. I would not buy this in again in hand soap. It does smell very similar to the candle, but I just did not love it in hand soap for some reason. It had a little bit of an odd undertone I just didn't prefer. We finished the Sunny Blue Skies Easter packaging. Really enjoyed this scent. Salted Ocean Breeze, Lemon Zest, and Blue Skies. This one was a very fresh scent, but it was an airy, like fresh air kind of fresh scent. A little bit salty, a little bit of citrus. Really enjoyable. Would get that one again for sure. I finished this old packaging of Fresh Sparkling Snow, another deep cleansing hand soap. Even though this is a winter scent, it is a melon scent, and definitely for me is more of a summertime scent. They don't really have the key notes on this old packaging as they used to, but I just love the packaging. It's so pretty. Really enjoyed this one and would get it again to use this time of year versus in winter. I finished a pink petal tea cake. It is pink rose petals, pound cake, and vanilla glaze. Really nice amount of the vanilla bakery and also a nice amount of the rose, and that combination is just perfection. This is a really fantastic spring scent. I hope they bring it back next year. We also use the cranberry peach. This was from winter last year. The notes are peaches, cranberry, and gala apple. It smelled exactly like the name. You got the sweet peach, you got the slightly tart cranberry, and it was a decent scent, but not very strong and didn't stay on my hands for a long period of time. We also finished this winter hand soap. This is winter in a jar. Absolutely love it. Quintessential winter scent, spice orange, fir balsam, and clove buds. We finished 2 of the blue agave oasis scent. Love this one so much, which is why I went through 2 of them. The notes are refreshing cucumber, succulent agave, and dreamy jasmine. This is very similar to the cucumber verbena purely clean soap that came out last year. Not exactly the same. I did compare them side by side and they're not exactly the same, but in the same family. I love a good cucumber scent. I know you're like, cucumber, that kind of sounds weird, but it's very like green and watery, and it's just so refreshing. It definitely gives me like spa vibes. I absolutely love it. It was also super, super strong and stayed on my hands for a long period of time. Like, it's one of those soaps that you use, you wash your hands like, oh, this smells so good, and you kind of want to go wash your hands again just to smell it again. So really enjoyed that one. I picked up a couple backups of that one too. I hope it comes back. And then I finished the Love Is Here. This is last year's Pride collection, and this scent is Sweet Mint and Rain. This is watery bamboo, juicy melon, and fresh mint leaves. This scent has returned this year in different packaging. Another fantastic aquatic fresh scent. I do tend to gravitate toward fresh type hand soaps, especially in the spring and summer. This scent is absolutely fantastic, and also another strong scent. Enjoyed that one and would pick it up in different packaging. And the last hand soap is the Coastal Watermelon from this summer. Of course, I had to pick it up. I love the candle from the first year and from this year. The notes are juicy watermelon, a pinch of pink sea salt, and ocean waves. And it smells like a salty watermelon scent. You get a lot of the juicy, sweet pink watermelon, but you do get that nice salt aspect, which gives it a little bit of freshness, which is just perfect for the summer. I'm really glad to see a lot of additional watermelon scents this year in candles and hand soap form, so I'm hoping that trend continues. And the last thing before we move into the candles are some random home fragrance things I use. I did finish this 100% pure lemon oil. I mentioned before that I use the wool dryer balls, and I like to put essential oils on those balls, and it really makes this clothes smell really nicely, and this lemon has been a really nice one for the summer. I finished this old box of Wallflowers and Cotton Blossom. I know if you're like, wait a minute, Cotton Blossom? I didn't think you like these kind of scents, but I used to absolutely adore Cotton Blossom and linen kind of scents, and white cotton and fresh cotton and all of the ones they had out. This scent is very nostalgic for me. It takes me back to middle school, and while it still isn't like my favorite scent now, for my preferences, it was really nice and refreshing for spring and early summer, and I really found a lot of enjoyment out of this one. I also finished this 2-pack of Renew and Refresh. I absolutely love this scent for spring and summer. It's really nice, especially after all of like the heavy winter scents, and before I start getting into some of like the tropical scents of summer. It's just a really nice scent that just sort of renew and refreshes. It makes me think of kind of like Febreze. I used a raspberry Blackberry Tangerine Wallflower plug. This one was pretty good. It stopped about halfway through. I finished a Champagne Toast, which was a really good one and performed pretty much to the end of the bulb. I finished a Juicy Pink Grapefruit. Really enjoyed this one, and it was decently strong in the Wallflower plug, although not as strong as some of the others. I finished the Bubbly Rosé. This one was not very strong in the Wallflower plug. It was at first, and then it died off really quickly. I finished a Watermelon Lemonade, which is always a good performing one for me. I used 2 of the pink watermelons, which were both really strong, really good performers. They did both kind of stop a little bit about the halfway point of the bulb, but otherwise they were really great. I have put in a crisp apple, which is almost complete, just starting to move into those fall scents. This one's a really nice, fresh Macintosh apple scent, enjoyable. I put in the cereal and cartoons, and this one is a very red hot cinnamon one. They're in the Wallflower plug, even though there's a lot of the red hot cinnamon, there is a good amount of vanilla and like sweetness that comes through, and it does sort of balance out that red hot cinnamon, and it's been very enjoyable as like a transitional scent from summer to fall. And then lastly, I have a Marshmallow Fireside in now, and really enjoyed this one. It's a really good performer in a Wallflower bulb as well. Okie dokie, that is all of my body care, hand soaps, and random home fragrance. I'm gonna rearrange a little bit and we'll move on into the candle empties. Okie dokie, moving on into the candle empties. I finished the Basil green tea. I love this packaging. This came out at the end of summer, at the beginning of fall transition. The notes are fresh picked herbs, refreshing green tea, and a touch of lavender. And I knew that I would need to get this as soon as I saw the name. I love basil, I love green scents, and I love herbal scents. And for me, this one did live up to the expectations that I was hoping for. It definitely is predominantly that green tea note. A little bit of that sweet basil does come through when it's burning, but I wish there were a little bit more. And even though it says a touch of lavender, I picked up a decent amount of lavender in this scent. So just think herbal, refreshing. There's a slightly sweet undertone that comes through, and it was very enjoyable. This one was a hot and fast burner, so definitely watch this one. Don't let it burn any more than, I would say, 3 hours at a time. Keep your wicks trimmed. Despite that, you can see there's a little bit of soot, but it wasn't horrible just because I kept an eye on it. But if I had let it continue to burn for like, you know, over 4 hours, I could definitely see this one putting forth a lot of soot. So just keep in mind that it is a very fast, strong burner. And the strength and throw on this one was about an 8.5, 9. It was very strong, and I have gotten a backup of this one because I did enjoy it a lot. I finished a peach Bellini. This was from the 2020 Christmas line. The notes are succulent white peach, sparkling prosecco, and sweet orange. I do enjoy this scent from time to time. I don't burn it every year, but sometimes I'm like, you know what, I want to burn this one. This one's a classic. You get a lot of the sweet peach, the orange, sort of a syrupy kind of orange note, and then you get the slightly effervescent champagne note. This was a good burner, no issues whatsoever. It was sort of a medium fast burner. I did keep my wicks trimmed on this one, but it wasn't one that I felt like I had to like monitor super closely because it wasn't like super hot and fast. The strength and throw was a good 8.5. It's a good performer and a classic scent from Bath Body Works. I finished my beloved Pomegranate Lemonade. This one came back last year after being absent for several years, so I picked up several backups. They seem to be bringing this scent and some of the others back like once every 3 years or so, so I definitely like to pick up enough to get me through until they bring it back again. The notes are juicy pomegranate, zested lemon, and sugar crystals, and pretty much just think watermelon lemonade, but substitute pomegranate for the watermelon. So it's not as sweet as watermelon lemonade. It's a bit more tart, and I actually really enjoy that about this one. This one had a fantastic burn, burned itself out, no issues whatsoever. Strength and throw was about an 8.5, 9. Fantastic scent, and really glad that I have several backups of it. The next one I have is the Tropical Spice, and the notes are Tahitian vanilla, fresh coconut cream, dash of nutmeg, and cinnamon stick. And this one came out many years ago as a Slatkin & Co. like original scent. Now I don't have that original Tropical Spice scent to tell you if these are exact or not, and I really can't remember what people said. I think they said they were similar, but maybe not exactly the same. But if you have both, let me know your thoughts below. To me, this sort of smells like juicy fruit gum. It also smells like the Vendor Wax. Like there's an odor eliminator scent that kind of smells like juicy fruit. It kind of smells like those. So if you have those scents in Vendor Wax, it gives you an idea. But it is sort of a sweet, fruity scent. Unfortunately, you can see I did not finish this candle. It just did not smell very good to me when it was burning. And I really got a lot of that sort of like kerosene wax smell, like when the scent oils have burned out of the actual wax and you only have the wax left. It doesn't smell good, and I just couldn't get through it. So I'm actually going to take this back and exchange it for something else. I've just held on to it because I want to talk about it in my empties video. A lot of people are really excited about it. The scent is fine, it just didn't perform well for me at all. But a candle that did perform really well for me was Pink Watermelon. Absolutely love this scent. I picked up several backups. The notes are juicy pink watermelon, sugared strawberry blossoms, and lime zest. If you like your watermelon scents, you definitely have to try this one. Just a perfectly sweet, juicy, Jolly Rancher watermelon scent. It's not complicated, but it's just perfect. It smells delicious. The strawberry adds a little bit of additional sweetness. And this one was super strong, like a 9.5. It was absolutely fantastic. And it was one of those scents that after you burned it, it would linger for quite a while. This looks a little wonky. That wick did travel there at the end. So you can see I lit the last two and then didn't light this one that was close to the edge. It was a hot and fast burner. You can see there's quite a bit of soot there. So definitely keep your eye on this one. Don't let it burn any more than like 2.5 to 3 hours at a time. Keep your wicks trimmed on this one. And again, keep an eye on it. It's really hot and fast, but it was worth it because I would burn it for a couple hours and that scent would just linger and linger on for several hours afterwards. And it was just fabulous. Love it. Enjoyed it a lot. I finished the berry waffle cone in this year's packaging, which I really thought this particular collection of candles was super cute. Berry waffle cone is sweet summer berries, golden waffle cone, and creamy vanilla. I've loved this scent ever since it first came out. They always bring it out as a summer scent, but for me, it's a really fantastic summer to fall transitional scent. You get a lot of the bakery, the waffle cone, you get, you know, the vanilla bakery, but you do get berries in this one, and they're not really like fresh berries. They're definitely more like cooked, baked kind of berries, just a variety of different berry scents. But the waffle cone, the bakery aspect really shines through. There's a little hint of an underlying spice, but it's not a spicy candle by any means, but it is absolutely fantastic. This scent goes back and forth with different versions of the candle if it's going to perform well or not. This one performed pretty well for me. It was a little bit more of a slower burner, but once it got a good wax pull, like I could definitely smell it. It didn't have a problem with strength and throw. It was about a 7.5, 8 overall, but it did take a little longer to pull out, so I was just really careful not to over trim my wicks on this one, and I let this one burn a little bit longer than I do some of the other candles. But overall, I didn't have to cotton ball it. It was a good scent and it performed decently well for me, so I would definitely continue to repurchase this scent. I also finished the Kiwi Starfruit Cooler. Really like the labels on this collection. Super cute. The notes are sweet starfruit, sparkling kiwi seltzer, a splash of guava juice, and lemon garnish. And this scent was a nice tropical fruity scent. It was one and done for me personally. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't one that I would feel like I need to get more of. It did have a lot of different kind of fruits that we don't normally see. Definitely pulled out some of like the kiwi and a little bit of the guava, which I do love guava in fragrance oil. So it was a different type of tropical. It didn't have pineapple or coconut, so that was a bonus. If you like Aloha Kiwi Passion Fruit, it's not the same scent, but they're in the sort of same families. It's a little bit more tropical than Aloha Kiwi Passion Fruit. So if you like tropical fruity scents, you probably like it. The strength and throw was about a 7, 7.5. The burn was fine. You can see on the last burn like how long the wicks were, so I did keep it trimmed. It didn't have a lot of soot or anything like that, and overall it was pretty enjoyable. But again, just for me, it wouldn't be one I got again. I also finished the Coastal Watermelon. I was really glad to see this scent come back this year. The notes are juicy watermelon, a pinch of pink sea salt, say that 5 times fast, and ocean waves. And this scent came out originally in the blue and white packaging, and I was really glad to see it back. It came back as an online exclusive. A couple of people said they didn't feel like it smelled the same, but I smelled it side by side and they smell the same to me. Maybe this one wasn't quite as sweet, like there's a little bit less watermelon in this one than the other one, but essentially they're the same thing. I think maybe just one of the oils might have slightly changed, but nevertheless, I really enjoyed it. You definitely do get the sweet, juicy watermelon, but you get a lot of the sea salt. You get a lot of those other kind of fresh notes, and the watermelon is actually sort of more of a background note in this one, but still really fantastic, really enjoyable. The strength and throw of this one was about a 7.5, 8. The burn was fine, no issues, didn't have to cotton ball it. It burned itself out, and overall, another one that I really enjoyed and was glad to see come back again. I also finished the Juicy Pink Grapefruit. Again, this label is just super cute. The notes are sugared pink grapefruit, juicy peach, fresh mango blossoms. And I really love this one on cold sniff. You definitely get that sweet but slightly tart, almost slightly bitter grapefruit. And the peach and the mango, like they're in the background, they kind of sweeten up the overall scent, but the grapefruit really is the star here. But when it was burning, some of those like nuances nuances of the notes sort of got lost, and some of that tartness and the bitterness faded away, and then it was just more sweet, and it was just okay. So I loved it on cold sniff, but didn't love it burning. It was fine, but not one that I actually would feel like to need to get backups of. The strength and throw was about a 7, 7.5. The burn itself was fine. Really no issues there. Not a lot of soot. A lot of these you can see they kind of look messy, but they pulled out fine. No cotton balling, nothing like that. But yeah, I wish that tartness and some of that slightly bitterness from the grapefruit had come through when it was actually burning. But still a decent scent, and if you like grapefruit scents, I think you would like it. And the last one I finished in that particular collection is the Surf Shop. And the notes are oceanside birch, sparkling waves, summer spruce, and sage. And this is definitely leans more toward a cologne type scent, but a fresh cologne. Not super heavy, but a fresh aquatic cologne type scent. And those types of scents I like in other ways, but not necessarily in candle form. But this one was enough of the aquatic notes, and I thought, okay, I'll try it. I did enjoy it when it was burning. I didn't hate it. It didn't give me a headache, but it was also just a one and done. Like, I thought maybe I would get it back up, but it was like, meh. It was just okay. The strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8, so fine there. Again, this whole collection burned very similarly. No issues. Didn't have to cotton ball. I did keep the wick slightly trimmed on this one, and I mean, overall it was a good scent. So if you like those kind of fresh cologne type scents, I think you'd like this one. I also finished my raspberry peach macaron. Love, love, love the scent. I definitely picked up several backups when they re-released it in 2018. The notes are, well, the description reads, the ultimate French cookie is celebrated with ripe raspberries, juicy peach, and almond cream. And this really is a fantastic sort of cotton candy kind of scent. But you get the raspberry, you get a little bit of the peach, but it's not just a cotton candy scent, and that there are this sort of this slightly gourmand aspect to it as well. And it's fantastic. It's unique. I really haven't smelled anything else like it from any other candle company or in vendor wax, and I love it. Typically, it has an issue with burning. You really can't let it burn too long, or you can see the wax. It does get discolored, and sometimes that can change the actual scent itself. I keep this one burning to about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I was really careful with the wicks on this one, and the strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8. Love it. I hope it comes back. I would love to see this in a collection for spring with like a really cool, neat label. I think that would be lovely. I finished this vanilla and peach tea. I was attempting to sort of push myself outside of my comfort zone and try some peach scents. The notes are peach tea, sweet vanilla cream or creme, and fresh oat milk. And I like this one on cold sniff, but burning, again, it's another sort of one and done for me. I liked it enough to finish the candle, but I don't like it enough to repurchase it. The peach actually, in my opinion, took a backseat to the vanilla and the creaminess of this scent. So in that aspect, I did like it, but it just wasn't very strong at all. It was, for a Bath & Body Works candle, I felt like it was pretty weak, like maybe a 5, 5.5, and then it was super sooty, as you can see. So it was like a fast and hot burner, but then the scent itself wasn't very strong. So I felt like I had a lot of work to deal with the wicks and the sootiness and making sure it wasn't burning too long, and then there wasn't enough of a payout for me. Plus, on top of that, I didn't love the scent. So not a repurchase for me. I know this scent just came back out in new packaging for fall. Maybe it will have a different kind of burn. Very sooty, as you can see. Definitely a hot and fast burner. Keep your eyes on it. Don't let it burn too long. But if you like peach vanilla kind of scents, you might really love it, and it might be worth it for you. I finished this blueberry sugar. Oh, I love the packaging. This was in this past winter. Just absolutely beautiful. The notes are sweet blueberries, brown sugar, and graham cracker crust. This is the second time that I've burned this candle, and neither time I have fallen in love with it. I burned it once. I'm like, I thought it was a one and done, but it keeps coming back every year. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I need to give it another shot. So I burned it again this spring, early summer, and I don't love it. I like blueberry scents, but for some reason this one just doesn't do it for me. I know a lot of people really love it though, but it's just the scent itself is not for me. The burn though and the strength and throw were absolutely great. You can see it's quite clean in there, burned itself out, no cotton balling. The strength and throw of this was an 8 and 8.5, so great performer. I just don't love the scent personally. I finished one of my beloved berry vanilla beans. Bath & Body Works, if anyone from your company is watching this video, please, 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 please bring this candle back out. This scent is absolutely fantastic. When did this come out? 2016, and it has yet to return. The notes are winter berries, ruby red pomegranate, lush vanilla bean, and a twist of mandarin. When this came out originally, I purchased it, and I didn't actually burn it until January. But back in 2016, you could still find like the winter candles in store even in January. So I rushed to my local stores. It was semi-annual sale at that point. Luckily, I found a store that still had a lot of these, and I bought every single one they had because I fell in love with it. And I've been able to burn one every single year since. But at This one, I've got one left now. So I really need the scent to come back this year, this winter or the spring or sometime, because it is just wonderful. You definitely get a lot of vanilla, and you get this tart, slightly almost sour berry note. And I think that combination of like the sweetness and the tart sort of sourness, it just blends together perfectly. The wax pool is always beautiful as well. The burn is fantastic. The strength and throw is also fantastic. It's like an 8, 8.5. And I just love it. I love it. And I just, fingers crossed, I really hope this one comes back this year, because it's been, like, again, since 2016. So fingers crossed it comes back, because it's fantastic. I also finished a Eucalyptus Rain. To me, this is just a classic Bath & Body Works spring scent. It's my favorite of their eucalyptus blends. I love the aquatic rain note with the fresh, invigorating eucalyptus. The notes are aromatic eucalyptus, spearmint leaves, fresh spring rain. To me, this is the epitome of spring. Like, it's, again, invigorating, aromatic eucalyptus, that relaxing vibe, but then you get the aquatic, the freshness, and I love it. It's always a good burner. Very clean, as you can see. Burned itself out. I did keep the wicks trimmed on this one, but it was like a medium fast burner, so not a lot of soot. Strength and throw, a solid 8, 8.5. Love it. I will continue to purchase this one every year. It's just a classic. I also finished the Blackberries and Basil from this year. The notes are fresh blackberries, sparkling champagne, and basil. And I really regret not putting this candle in my top 20 from 2020. I probably should have put it in there. It would have been my top 10, but definitely in the top 20. I've really enjoyed this scent. The basil really does shine through just enough when it's burning, and then it really balances well with the sweetness of the different fruits. The burn on this one was a bit sooty. It was a fast and hot burner, but the strength and throw was a good 8, 8.5, which is pretty standard for Bath & Body Works. I get a lot of scent throw from these candles, and I just really like it. It's a unique combination, and it's enjoyable. I'm glad that it keeps coming back. I did also finish the Sunny Lime. This came back this year, which I was really happy about. This was a top scent for me for 2020. The notes are fresh squeezed lime juice, white peppercorn, and bright bergamot. I don't think this one got a lot of love last year. I loved it. It was, again, in my top 20. It's definitely a conceptual lime scent. The name sort of makes you think it's gonna be like a fresh lime, like a fresh lime juice. And you do get a lot of lime, but it definitely is conceptual. I could see this being a very like fresh, citrusy kind of cologne, and it's has like a sophistication to it, which I really love. That peppercorn adds a little bit of warmth and sort of balances out the citrus, and it's absolutely wonderful. This one had a great strength and throw as well. It was about an 8, 8.5, and the burn itself was fine. A little bit sooty, as you can see. It was sort of a medium high fast burner. Definitely kept the wicks trimmed, kept to about 3.5 hour burn time, but really a great scent. I was glad to see it come back this year, and I hope this one keeps coming back because it's really good. The next one I finished is Linen and Lavender. If you've been watching my channel, you know I absolutely love this scent. I loved it in hand soap. I went through so many of them, and I was really excited when it came out for the first time in candle form. The notes are crisp linen, lavender, sea salt, and fresh air breeze. This is not my favorite packaging. It's just sort of but the scent itself is wonderful. It is a very clean lavender scent, which to me is perfect for spring and early summer. The burn of this one was fine. A little bit sooty, medium high. Kept my wicks trimmed, kept it about 3 hours. I feel like I say the same thing every single candle. Strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8. Love it. I hope we continue to see this scent come back, because it is just a fantastic, clean lavender scent. I also finished one of my beloved summer terraces. This returned in 2020 in this packaging, which was the same packaging that had come out in originally, I think in 2018. It was either for Candle Day. I think it was for Candle Day it came out, and I picked up a couple online. The notes are fresh water mint, crisp pear, citrus, and warm musk. This is just so aquatic, watery, crisp, fresh, and clean. It makes me think of just getting out of a shower and you've just shampooed your hair. It sort of a little bit has like a clean shampoo vibe. Oh, I just love it. And the burn of this one is absolutely fantastic. No issues. Strength and throw 8.5, 9. Fantastic, fantastic scent. I'm a huge fan of it, and I was glad to get several more last year. I also finished the Coconut Cabana. This is one of my top 20 scents for 2020. The notes are coconut creme, vanilla sandalwood, and a hint of pineapple. I normally don't gravitate toward coconut scents, but this is not your stereotypical coconut scent. This is very much a conceptual coconut scent. You definitely get the musk, the sandalwood, that you definitely get those sort of conceptual perfumed kind of scents. And the coconut that's in here is definitely sort of a creamy coconut. It's not really edible or drinkable though. Definitely makes you think of being in like a high-end beach resort hotel at like Key West or something. And also the packaging of this one was just absolutely wonderful. The burn, really good despite having like the dark colored wax. Sometimes dark wax can clog up the wicks, but this one's been fine. Not much sooting. Strength and throw 7.5, 8. Fantastic scent. We didn't see it back this year, so I'm hoping it returns next year. The next one I finished is Mary Mimosa. This was a New Year's release for 2020. The notes are sparkling champagne, red apple slices, and iced sugar crystals. This was a re-release. It's been out before. I burned it before. It was okay. I thought I'd give it another try, and it was just okay for me again this year. It is a slightly fruity champagne scent. You know, think of the same family as Champagne Toast and even Peach Bellini and those kind of like drinkable, sparkling kind of scents, but those are far superior to this one. This one, there's just something that I need more of, I think. Maybe a little bit more of the sparkling aspect or maybe a little bit more sweetness. It's just okay. Not bad, but just okay for me. The burn, however, and the strength and throw were good. 7.5, 8. It was a little bit sooty. This one was about a medium high, sometimes a high, hot, fast burner. Keep your eyes on it, keep the wicks trimmed. I did really think the packaging of this was pretty with this like pink milky glass, and then the velvet texture labels was a really neat touch. I finished a coconut sandalwood. I fell in love with this scent this year. Along the same lines as coconut cabana. This is not your typical coconut scent. It's very conceptual, wearable kind of scent. Could definitely see, not really cologne or perfume, but definitely more sort of a unisex vibe here. Really enjoyed it. Coconut palm, luxurious sandalwood, warm musk, and jasmine. Really good. I also feel like there's a little bit of like a vetiver kind of aspect. It's sort of warm without being like overly like cozy or fall. The burn of this one was good. You can see it's pretty clean, not much soot. Medium high burner. I did keep the wicks trimmed. Strength and throw was a 7.5, 8. Really good conceptual kind of scent. So if you like this kind of conceptual unisex kind of scents, a little bit of coconut, lots of sandalwood, check this one out. I finished the orange pineapple punch. Love the pretty orange and the flamingo. The notes are tart orange juice, sweet pineapples, and vanilla sugarcane. A lot of people really were loving this one on social media, especially Instagram. I saw a lot of people posting about it, a lot of people really excited. Bath Body Works has done this type of scent over and over and over for many summers. Like, it was just so much pineapple, so many pineapple scents. This one sort of makes me think of pineapple mango. There's a lot of those kind of pineapple citrusy kind of scents that we've gotten in the past, and this was sort of in that same family. Not saying it's the same as any of those, just in the same family. So it was fine. If you like pineapple and you like a little bit of extra citrus, like an orange citrus, then you really like this one. But for me, it wasn't like super novel or new that I was like, it was a one and done for me personally. It was a good balance of the syrupy orange and the like juicy pineapple, but that's pretty much what it was. The burn of this one was fine. Very clean. There is some soot there, but not much. You see how long the wicks were, so I definitely would trim those after each burn. This one did burn itself out. Strength and throw was about a 7, 7.5. Again, if you like these kind of scents, you would like it, but for me, it wasn't much different than a lot of other scents I've had from them before. The next one I finished is Emerald Waters, and I thought this was really pretty summer packaging. I love this green. The notes are salted sea waves, ocean driftwood, and a hint of orange blossom. This one was another really fantastic conceptual scent. A lot of the salt, the salty air, salty water definitely hits you. There's a little bit of a floral action going on, but it's by no means, in my opinion, a floral scent. And then there is some heavier kind of woods notes in the background, sort of anchoring the whole scent. And then it comes across to me, again, I think of like the summer resort, a high-end summer resort. Almost like you're going into a slight spa vibe as well. There's a little bit of like a cucumber or like a watery action as well. And it's just, it's really, it's pretty without being like perfumey or overly floral. And it's really nice. The strength and throw of this one was about a 7, 7.5. The burn was good, a little bit sooty, not horrible. Medium strength and throw, kept the wicks trimmed on this one, but really clean overall, and this one's a very enjoyable scent. I also finished a Wildberry jam donut. If you ordered it online, it came with the proper lid that matched the coloring here. You see these lids, and I love that. I thought this packaging was really pretty. The notes are sweet wildberry jam, powdered donut, and brown sugar crumble, and this was an absolutely delicious bakery scent. It was quite similar to sweet cranberry pie. The bakery notes in each are different, but that berry note is actually quite similar. You definitely get this cooked, sweet, but also slightly tart berry note. You do get this really nice amount of a bakery note. Brown sugar, not any kind of powdered sugar or anything like that, but that bakery versus with the jam and the fruit, it just really comes together nicely, and I enjoyed it a lot. The burn was great. The strength and throw was fantastic. 7.5, 8. All of these I think pretty much kept my wicks trimmed just slightly, making sure that the mushroom tops were popped off. Didn't over trim it, didn't have to cotton ball it, you know, just another one that burned fantastic. Definitely a repurchase. I also finished the iced blueberry biscotti. I love that hologram action going on there. The notes are sugared blueberries, sweet vanilla icing, almond biscotti, and brown sugar. And this was a repackage of one of the bakery candles that came out in that online exclusive collection. This scent was pretty good. Not my favorite of all of their like berry bakery kind of scents. It wasn't my favorite. You definitely got the sweetened blueberry, and you got the brown sugar, and then the actual bakery note was there. But I think it may be that combination of the blueberry and the brown sugar that I'm not loving personally, because they're that same combination of blueberry sugar. And I just think that maybe a different sugar oil would have been better here. It was okay for me. I didn't love it. The burn of this one was sooty, and the strength and throw was about a 7 for me. So this one was a one and done for me personally. The next one I have here is lemon cake pop. Again, that holographic action. I love the fact that each of the labels, they are slightly different. Like this isn't the same label on every one. Like this one has lemons and like matches what the scent is. Like this one has lavender, that one has blueberry. So I think these are just really cute. The notes are frosted citrus glaze, vanilla cake pop, and sugar crystals. And this is an absolutely fantastic lemon bakery scent. You get that tart lemon glaze, you get the powdered sugar, you get the actual cake itself. It's lovely, absolutely fantastically yummy. I didn't finish this one because it was quite light. I could barely smell it burning, which was similar to the London tea and biscuit scent that came out a couple of Christmases ago. That one I did get a distinct tea note, where I think this one didn't have that particular note. It was just more of the lemon bakery. So I don't know that these are exactly the same, but they are both really, really light. And so I stopped burning it because I'm hoping that maybe with a little extra cure time, that like next year I'll be able to smell it better. So I didn't want to waste it and burn it if I really couldn't smell it. I mean, when I say it was light, it was like maybe a 3. And for Bath & Body Works, that's unheard of. So the scent, absolutely phenomenal. Strength, not good. So I'm holding it for next year to see if a little bit of extra cure time will help. And the last Bath & Body Works candle I have for summer is the white lavender eucalyptus. Again, the labels and the colors here, I love this collection. Crisp eucalyptus, sweet spearmint leaves, and soft lavender. This was a re-release. I absolutely love that herbal lavender mix with the aromatic, invigorating eucalyptus. It's a great combination. Very clean, very invigorating, almost sort of spa-like as well. This one was very sooty. It was a very hot and fast burner. As you can see, there's a lot of soot on the actual inside of the jar there, and then the soot actually did sort of embed itself into the wax as well. Hot and fast. So keep this one even under 3-hour burn time. Keep your wicks trimmed on this one. Definitely keep your eye on this one, because when I say hot and fast, it was hot and fast, like big flames. The scent, the strength there was fantastic. 8.5, 9. Again, the scent was wonderful. Just this one's super hot and fast. So keep your eye on it and watch the soot on this one. But otherwise, really good one. I hope it comes back. Okie dokie, that's all the Bath & Body Works candles. I do have a couple of Kringel candles that I finished since filming my Kringel haul that I just want to chat about really quickly. I know this video is already pretty long. I finished this apple leaf Kringel candle. This one, really fantastic Mac apple scent. You get the crisp red skin, you get the juicy sweet inside. Strength and throw was an 8, 8.5, nice and strong. The burn itself was fantastic. You can see it burned itself out there. Really, really good scent. If you like your Mac apple scents, definitely give this one a try. I also almost finished the birthday cake donut. I'm almost finished with it, so I said let me go ahead and include it in this video, and then I'll go ahead and get rid of it when I do finish it. This one is a fantastic vanilla cake. Like, think of like the confetti cake kind of cake, vanilla fantasticness donut scent. The burn has been great so far, and for a vanilla heavy scent, It's been really good with a 7.5 strength and throw. I have really enjoyed these donut candles overall. They've all been really fantastic. And then I also finished the blueberry muffin. I know I say it every time with these Kringel labels, but I love these Kringel matte labels. They're absolutely beautiful. This blueberry muffin scent has been a favorite of mine since 2016. It definitely gives you a little bit like a trick cereal kind of vibe, but while also making you think of a blueberry muffin. It's just delicious. And this one is a 2-wick actually, and for 2 wicks it did not have any problems pulling out. It was a little bit sooty actually, as you can see there, because of the wax they use here is like pure white wax. They always tend to discolor, but it doesn't actually affect the scent at all. So I definitely kept this one to like a 3-hour burn time, kept the wicks trimmed, and again for 2 wicks it didn't have any problems pulling out. Strength and throw was a good 7.5 on this one. It's just a scent that I always go back to from them. I absolutely love it. And then lastly, I finished the What-a-melon, which is a watermelon scent. Really, really good one. Y'all know I love my watermelon scents. This one was a lot of the juicy pink watermelon, but you also got a lot of like a green aspect to this one as well. So this one made me think of a watermelon patch. Like you're in a watermelon patch, so you're getting sort of the leaves of the watermelon, but then you're also getting the sweet watermelon itself. So really enjoyed the fact that this one wasn't like overly sweet. This one also had a good burn. You can see here, not much soot, didn't have any issues, no cotton balling. I did trim the wicks a little bit after each burn. I didn't want to over trim them, but I did trim them. Kept the burn time to about 3.5, and the strength and throw was at a good 7.5, and really enjoyed this one. But I love all watermelon scents, so all of these 4 were fantastic. I did purchase these 3, and then this birthday cake donut was sent to me by Kringel, FYI. If you want 15% off any order, you can use my code SOCO15. That's SOCO15. I'll leave it below. That's good for any purchase, even if the candle's already on sale. You can use SOCO15 and get 15% off your order. So want to just throw that out there. Okie dokie, y'all, that is it. That is all of my Bath and Body Works and a couple of Kringel and a couple of Lush empties for summer. Let me know in the comments below what y'all have been burning and using for summer. Have you used any of the scents here that I did? Are there anything that you burn that you fell in love with that I need to try? Please let me know in the comments below. I always love to hear from you. If you watch this video in its entirety, leave me a, of course, summer emoji below. Something that makes you think of summer. We'll definitely be getting into our fall emojis soon, but for this video, leave me your summer emojis, and I really appreciate those of you who do leave your comments and emojis below. I think it's just a fun thing to do. Thank you as always for all of your support, your likes, your comments. I appreciate it. I know that I don't post on a regular basis. I do have a lot of videos coming, especially now that we're moving into fall, but I do appreciate those of you who have stuck around with me and continue to watch my videos even though I don't post regular content. Check me out on Instagram if you want to see something more regular from me, but I do again appreciate all of you who stick around and continue to watch my videos. If you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. I really appreciate all of you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.